Well, it certainly makes us less competitive with the rest of the world in terms of content production, because we are producing a lot less content. And also what that ends up happening is a situation where now people can produce Zimbabwean content remotely, and they're beginning to tell our stories. And that's from a realistic view, it's a security issue, because the story of Zimbabwe will start getting hijacked by those people who can afford to tell it. It means that some of the exciting young, what you call it, content creators, writers, and so forth, are beginning to get taken out of the conversation, because they just simply can't afford to publish what they're doing. And the worst thing is not so much even the content creators themselves. That means that it's now difficult to get access to the market, because the market is now going to begin to just use Facebook and other platforms, and sometimes even because of the punitive costs of video on Facebook in terms of how much data it uses. That means your access to the market is getting diminished, because people just can't afford to access the content. So often many people think about the production part of content, but you still need an audience to be able to watch your material. And you can see in places like South Africa and Tanzania and Kenya, because the data costs are affordable, content just moves a lot faster. Citizens are more informed, citizens share more, and content is just pervasive. And you find that even when artists release content, it tends to move a lot further. But as I said, if you look at Zimbabweans, even if you look at the dominant storytellers within Zimbabwe nowadays in terms of reach, are not even based in Zimbabwe. Some of the websites are not even based in Zimbabwe. What they do, a lot of them do, is they just take content off a Zimbabwean website, maybe take it off the Herald or whatever the place may be, and reproduce that content, and they make a lot of money out of that. Or they just go and find somebody's video or something of that nature, and then use that content for whatever purposes they want to use it for. And in a big way, what it does is that it takes Zimbabwe so far behind the curve when we talk about production of content as well as consumption of content.
Well, it's very unfortunate that the data costs have been raised at a time where we are heading into lockdown. Look at it, you're not going to work, you're not getting any income, and you're expecting to buy data, which has gone up to, of which I think you need at least $40 to $50 for proper internet connection. So as a content creator, firstly, I think it has affected us more. I think more than anyone else, because to come up with content, first of all, you need data, you need to research, you need to evaluate, you need to upload if there are videos, if there are stories, actually, you need to upload, you need to share. So by virtue of having no data, of having maybe, let's say, less access to the internet, it means if it's your income, it has been affected. Some of us, we run websites. You can tell by the number of visits to the websites, by the number of insights on Facebook, by the number of insights on Twitter, that they have dropped. And some of us actually depend on maybe Google AdSense. So the number of people who view our website, the moment they drop, it means my income has been affected. So it has really affected us as content creators.
No, definitely data costs are a big concern for us as content creators. I think one of the things that people have to realize, that as a content creator, in essence, the data is the access to us being able to make a living and to be able to post things, as well as to be able to post video content like this. So when there's an increase in data now, your overheads also now start to increase, because that's one of your biggest overheads that you've got as a creator. So it's unfortunate, and it keeps on happening, and there's no provision that's being made for people like us, because now we're suffering as a result of it. And whether it's live streaming or whether just uploading general content, to places like YouTube, Facebook, where people expect to be seeing our content, where we can actually get our living, it's really affecting us in that way. I think having talked to other content creators from around the globe, whether it's in South Africa, I've got a few of my friends in Malaysia, data costs is is something that's affecting to a lot of people. I think in South Africa we had that hashtag data must fall movement that came across because people had to realize that there's content creators, there's students even that are relying on data. So as a result, if data keeps going up, now unfortunately that means, as you just said now, the ability to tell our stories and our abilities to tell our stories in a format that's easily accessible, because people have to also understand that we're starting to move towards video rather than just the written formats for journalism that we're used to seeing. So that has to be also really taken seriously. So we are at serious risk of losing the ability to tell our story in a meaningful way because of the increasing costs of data.